Welcome to another episode of Morning Movement with NATEFIT, your free resource to help you getting moving every single day. We post a class every day at 5:30 a.m. Today, we're gonna go over our cars, we're gonna go over the whole body and try to get everything moving. So we're gonna start off from this kneeling position. Again, if this is a struggle, you can put a pillow underneath your butt to give your ankles a break, or you can do this seated on a chair. We're gonna start off with our hands on our shoulders. We're going to drop down into flexion, rotation, lateral flexion, extension, rotation, lateral flexion, and coming back around in front. We'll start again. We'll do 3 in each direction. Your cars are your way of taking care of your joints and tissue. It improves tissue quality and joint function. It is something that you should be doing every single day. Again, in today's class, we are going to go over our cars of most of our major joints just to get your full body moving. Everything in control, trying to use our full range of motion. Now we'll go 3 in the other direction. Feel that stretch. Again, you'll notice every time we do this, you'll feel a little bit more range. It will feel better as you do it. And we'll do 1 more in that direction. Excellent. Next, we'll go to cat-cow spine segmentation. Coming in our quadruped position, hands directly underneath the shoulders, knees directly underneath the hips. We're going to take our back through flexion and extension. We're going to start off with our hips. We're going to rotate our hips down towards the ground, putting our lumbar spine in extension. We are trying to create a wave up and down the spine, focusing on getting every vertebrae moving up the spine. Looking up as high as we can. And we'll reverse into flexion, tucking the chin, tucking the head, coming up through the upper back, tucking that rib cage in, tucking the belly in, and your tail between your legs. That's full flexion, and we'll reverse. Full flexion, and we'll reverse. Just the hips, rotating down towards the ground, creating that extension in the lumbar spine, pressing that rib cage into the floor, picking that chest up, picking the chin up, looking up as high as we can, and reverse. That's full flexion. We have 1 more. Throughout our cat-cow spine segmentation, we are trying to teach our brain that we have 24 movable vertebrae in our spine and learning to control each one. Excellent. Next, we will go down to our hips. Side lying position, again taking this hip out of the equation, focusing on our top hip. We are going to start off with flexion, pulling our knee to our chest. Slowly opening up into abduction, pointing that knee towards the ceiling. Internally rotating, pressing back into extension. Returning to midline. And knees together. And we'll reverse with extension, abduction, external rotation, flexion, return to midline, knees together. We're going to do 3 reps. Flexion, abduction, internal rotation, extension, adduction, knees together, and reverse. Nice and slow. Good. We've got 1 more rep in that direction. Again, if you feel any pain or discomfort in the lateral tissue of your hip, that is completely normal. That just lets you know you need to move that tissue more. If you had followed along, you'll notice that those get better every single time. Going to the other side, lying down, clasping our hands together, and here we go. Nice and slow. Focus on control. We always make sure that we separate our movements in our cars, do each one individually so we understand the movements, each of the movements of our joints. Abduction, external rotation, flexion, adduction, knees together, and reverse. Flexion, abduction, external rotation, extension, adduction, knees together, and reverse. Good. Next, we're going to go to the shoulders. Come a little closer here. This can be done standing if this position is uncomfortable. We're going to start off with our left side. Externally rotating, pointing that bicep out. And coming across the midline. Coming up into flexion. Abduction, which is away from midline. Going to start internally rotating. Rotating that bicep towards the ground, fighting for that rotation as we come around behind and down to our side. Our bicep's going to be pointed towards us, and we're going to reverse. Extension, feel that restriction there. Now we're going to open up the shoulder by externally rotating, pointing that bicep towards the ceiling. Coming up into flexion, across the midline, fighting for that rotation, point the bicep up, and down to our side. We'll do 3. This is number 2. Nice and slow. Internally rotating, pointing that bicep down, coming around behind into extension, and down to our side. Now we'll reverse. Extension, external rotation. Adduction into flexion. Keep rotating up. That bicep pointed towards the ceiling as we come across the midline and back down to our side. One more time here. Internally rotating, pointing the bicep down, coming around into extension. Keep that fist high before we come down to our side. And we'll reverse. Excellent. Good. Now we'll go to the other side. Bicep pointed out, straight elbow. When we come up like this into flexion, we're going to want to bend our elbow, really try to keep it straight. Internally rotating, coming around behind and down to our side and reverse. At a nice consistent pace through our full range of motion. If you have any shoulder problems or shoulder pain, this will be the best thing for your shoulders. Getting all of that tissue active, making sure it's all doing its job. Reverse. As you're going through this, use this as an assessment tool. Feel what's tight. Understand the tissue that needs work. If you feel tight in a particular movement, make sure you perform that movement more. Again, you can go over just that movement through your range of motion and really improve that tissue. Excellent. Next, we're going to go to scapula, our shoulder blades. Okay, arms out in front. We're going to punch forward, slowly elevate, retract at a nice slow pace, squeezing together and dropping down. Protraction, elevation, retraction, and depression. Again, protraction, elevation, retraction, depression. Now we're going to reverse with retraction, elevation, protraction, depression. Again, retraction, elevation, protraction, and depression. One more time here. Retraction, elevation, protraction, depression. Give it a little shake. Next, we are going to go to the cervical spine. Cervical spine is our neck. We're going to take it through its range of motion. So, starting off, dropping the chin down, rotating and looking over as far as you can. Feel the stretch. We're going to laterally flex, tilting that ear, really feeling the stretch in this tissue. Coming up into extension. We're going to laterally flex to the other side, feeling the stretch, turning away from that stretch. Dropping down and following along back and front. Back to neutral, and we'll start again. Rotation, lateral flexion, extension, lateral flexion, rotation, flexion, and rotating back around in front. Back to neutral, we'll do another one in that direction. Good. Now we'll do 3 in the other direction. If you feel any cracks or pops through this, it is completely fine unless you feel pain. If you do feel pain, please stop. Or you can make your circles smaller and see if the pain subsides. And again. Excellent. Next, we are going to go to the ankles. For this one, you can kick your feet out in front. If it feels better, you can set your foot on something. I'm going to use my other leg. I'm going to rest my foot that I'm doing the car on top. We're going to point the toes And we're going to draw nice big circles with our big toe. Once you go super slow through this, try to avoid any shaking, hops, skips, or jumps. This is eversion, plantar flexion. Far as you can, point that toe. Coming into eversion, for some of you, your foot might cramp throughout this. Again, that lets you know that it needs more work. It's 2. And 3. We're going to reverse. Nice and controlled, really focus on making it smooth. And 1 more. Good. We'll go to the other side. Plantar flexion, inversion, dorsiflexion, eversion, back to plantar flexion. And again. For a lot of you, your calves are going to be really tight because we don't really take them through a range of motion. So you're really going to feel that tissue as you fight for that range. And we'll go the other direction. Again, this is a great assessment tool. For a lot of you, your feet are going to cramp up when you go into plantar flexion like this. It just lets you know it needs more work. Good, and 1 more. Excellent. Okay, that is another episode of Morning Mobility with NATEFIT. Thank you for joining. Thank you for making your health a priority. This is an episode, or these episodes are posted every morning at 5:30 a.m. You can watch it at any time with the YouTube link. Send it to a friend, send it to a family member. Again, this is a completely free resource for you. Thanks for joining, and we'll see you tomorrow morning.